So what they tell us over here is very much theory and stuff. So like what happens here is that um, we have the one, we have the okay. So um, so they're saying that actually Operation Z is very much saying that okay, um, my my value here, it's maybe say if my value is like um, like 4 byte, it's like equivalent that saying that it's basically telling it's um, talking to the address that is saying that okay, we can only have um, each item to have like say like 4 address. um, and and so um, and so like here we have like a value, maybe say um, this item over here, and then like the address to be so what I'm trying to actually say that is that like this value over here, it's maybe say 4 byte, so like corresponding the address got to be coincide, so it will therefore from 0 4 and 8. And so like on the opposite end, operation E is that for alphabets, it's luckily to be alphabets to actually have like this byte of maybe say just 1. So so the address will be corresponding accordingly of as such, so like the address will correspond to it, so it will end up being 1 as well, so it corresponds with the 1. So I think they are trying to say that is this that on there's like some form of like communication that's going on between say like between um, like there's the CPU, and I believe there's a form of the bits of like the zeros and ones, and on how do they actually communicate with like the machines, because I feel like the computer itself, it's is that this piece of like machine, it's only able to actually like there's like this electric signal that can actually only produce um, manipulate like the zeros and ones, and once it goes into maybe say the computers, it's full of like all this zero ones, what not have you, so and so um, and that they have actually standardized in this area, and is that like for values we are gonna like do in 4 bytes, and that for alphabet we accept it to have like 1 byte for each sort of thing, so like um, once you sort of have this idea, so um, I mean to say that like once we actually do that, and I don't exactly know how to actually talk about this. So it go into like this area of like saying values, alphabets, um, and I mean that therefore like each of these item, I just believe it just represent some form of like item, um, and then it will communicate with the machine of as such. So um, and so I think they are just trying to tell us that on how we actually have like some form of like maybe say the interaction between um, the RAM and obviously we have um, maybe say the values that's been given to us. Sometimes it will be that this 135, and we can also talk about like the arrays. So sometimes, yeah, we are very much talking about like the arrays and starts. So you can talking about like the 135 A, B, C. So like how are we gonna like communicate this 135? Yeah, sure, like we have these values, so um, how does it being placed in the RAM, and how the RAM is gonna like dictate like, okay, what item is this, right? So and so like all these like items over here of as such is very much to do with our 0 and 1s, and it's being stored into this box, and this box is being transferred to this RAM, and this RAM is going to start to actually dictate what item are we going to do with it. I think it's like a lot of like interaction between one medium to another medium and to another medium, and it all started with like the most simplified version, which is bytes, bits. So 0 or 1s, the electric signal is going to come in or it's going to shut off, and a bajillions of them, and being placed into maybe say an array, and then placed into our computer, and our computer is going to dictate like what the hell do we do with it. I think that's the core idea of like what they're trying to actually express to us, and it's something for us to I'm just looking forward on how we can actually implement this idea into the LeetCode problems as such. I mean, because that is like our core objective, at least for this season. So yeah, everything comes.